Just want to give it a second. Hey, Facebook Live, happy Sunday. I know you guys are probably out busy, running around, uh, doing things, hanging out, going to the beach, whatever you do on a Sunday, go to church. I just wanted to come by and, hey, Elizabeth, what's going on? Thank you for watching. I just wanted to stop by and, leave you guys with a quick message of, something that I feel is an epidemic going on in just society, period, especially in the social media age. I grew up in the 90s in, tough areas where we talked about keeping it real. All day, always keep it real. No matter what it is, you be honest and you be upfront about what's happening with you. And that's what it was, a code and a motto that we live by. But nowadays, I live in Florida now and it's a little bit different. And just the people I meet on a daily basis, sometimes it's hard for people to be real. It's hard for people to be honest. And we put on a facade to protect our insecurities because we know there's certain things happening in our lives that we don't want to share or we don't want to face ourselves. And so we're never being truly our authentic self. And what happens when you're not truly being your authentic self, you give away a false self of identity. And when you give a false sense of identity, nobody truly knows who and what you really are. And again, you don't get what you want, you get what you are. And if you can't keep it real with yourself, you can't keep it real with other people. That's what they say in AA. In life, to the success process is similar to AA. They say in order for you to start the process to get better, you have to admit the problem. And what happens, we don't admit the problem, we omit the problem. Meaning, we tend to not even act like we have a problem and sharing off a false sense of identity. We're not truly being our authentic selves. And what happens is, when you're not being your authentic selves, you have a false sense of identity. You remember the story of the boy who cried wolf? It's similar, right? As many times, if you keep saying, I'm going to be there and not show up, as many times, I'm going to provide this and not provide that service. When you say, hey, I'm going to have it by this deadline and not have it by that deadline. When you say, hey, I'm going to provide this and do these things and not do them, what happens is people tend to stop believing anything you say. You start losing your clout. You start losing your authenticity. And so what happens when you lose your authenticity, people don't believe who you say you are. Because if you ever read Robert Greene's book, The Mastery, he talks about the mask. Everyone wears a mask. There's people that you know, that you've known for years, you don't know the real them. They put on a mask so well to cover up their insecurities, their scars, the deep-rooted issues that they have, and pretend to be this thing. I remember somebody asking me, hey, Rich, I saw you had this pictures, for your wedding, your engagement photos. And you're on this private plane. That's pretty dope. Is that your private plane? I'm like, no, that was for the pictures. That's Jazz's client's husband's. But, we just, through law of attraction, we just attract certain things. But it's not mine. I never said it was mine. And I don't act like it's mine because I've known to keep it real. I grew up in an era where that was the motto. But it's a dying, dead art form for people to be honest and true to their word. I remember in Scarface, when Scarface first came out, he said, my word is my bond. And that was solidified. That I could shake your hand, look you in the eye, and I know it's the truth. I don't have to second guess. I remember I was reading Donald Trump's book, and he used to say that they used to do deals by shaking hands. That's it. There was no lawyers involved. Just for us not being real, we've birthed the careers of attorneys and court cases and suing because we can't be honest. Because somebody has to have a contract binding because they can't trust the other person. But I always said, if I want to be authentically me, I have to be honest with me first. First, I have to be honest with me. And me being honest with me, I can be honest with the world. Nothing I have is a facade. I'm authentically me. I'll tell you the truth about everything, my flaws. Do I fight with my wife? Yes. Do I have money problems as well? Yes. Is building a business tough? Yes. Is pursuing your dreams difficult? Yes. Is it all hard that every day you're just grinding and grinding, sometimes confused, don't even know what you're doing? Yes, that's being real, authentic. Be authentic. If you can't make the deadline, say, hey, I apologize, I can't make the deadline. If you're struggling somewhere in your life and say, hey man, I can't be there, I'm going through some stuff. Be honest. And first be honest with you. Don't pretend that you are this person. Hey, I can handle everything. I was telling my wife about this the other day, and she was like, sometimes I just put a lot of stuff on my back. I said, stop. Stop. You're putting too much on your back for what? To prove what? We don't have to prove anything to anyone. If it's difficult, talk to me. I'll help you. That's it. But you have to be, one, real with you, your true feelings, and then two, be real with the world. To be your authentic self, you must keep it real, and it's a dying art form. To be truly authentically you. But again, what I tell you is you do not get what you want, you get what you are. And if you don't know who you are, if who you're identifying with is wobbly, everything in your life will end up being wobbly. If there's no stability internally, there'll be no stability externally. It's just how it works. But in order for you to get to the success and the dreams and the aspirations that you want, you have to get to a point where you keeps it real 128% of the time. If you can't do it, say I can't. You need help, I need help. It hurts, it hurts. Just be honest. Because I meet people, hey, I sign deals with people and they don't come through. Somebody says, hey, I'm going to be there, and they don't show up. Somebody says, hey, you can count on me, and they ghost you. I had people say, hey, man, like 2 days before an event, this guy was supposed to create something for me, and he ghosts 2 days before the event. He said, but all the way up to it, he's like, oh, yeah, I'm getting it done. Oh, yeah, I'm working on it. 2 days before, he goes ghost. Because he knew the whole time he wasn't doing anything. But to me, why lie? Be real. If you can't do it, say you can't do it. But all that does is makes you be the boy that cried wolf. So next time, will I hire you? No. Next time, will I partner with you? No. Next time, will I be around you? No. Next time, will we end up being friends? Probably not. Why? Because you couldn't keep it real. But if you kept it real, regardless of your circumstances, most people want to actually help you. When you say, hey, man, I'm struggling at this point in time and something. Somebody says, people want to help you. But they can't help you unless you keep it real. Because the more you keep, you don't. The more you have this fake front, this Instagram lifestyle, Facebook lifestyle, whatever it is, even in your own personal life, doesn't even have to be social media, but whatever it is that you're not being authentically you, it will show up in some way, shape, and form in a negative situation. Because you'll be the person that cries wolf, that nobody trusts. And the more you do it, the more bridges you burn. And the more bridges you burn, the less clients, the less friends, the less people that want to be around you, because you don't have authenticity. And nobody wants to be around a flake or a fake. If you can't keep it real with anyone else, keep it real with you. And once you keep it real with you, you'll keep it real with everyone else. Just be honest. My dad used to tell me all the time, Rich, just be honest. Just be honest. Just be honest. It is what it is. Again, this is Rich Fontaine. Either you could agree with me or not agree with me. Either way, I feel this was a successful conversation. I'm here at Simply Jazz Studio hanging out. Just wanted to get this quick message because I think it's the ice cold water that many people may need. That it wasn't until I started being authentic. I said before I'll ever do one speech in my life, I have to embody the words that are coming out of my mouth. That I will not be the person that says one thing and does another. I have to align myself to be authentic. And to be authentic, I have to be honest, vulnerable. Let people know the insides, the bads, the goods, everything. Why? Because that keeps me authentic. And that makes me trustworthy. And when you're trustworthy, people want to rely on you for their success. I appreciate all of you. Hope you take your time to watch this. Tracy, thank you. Eric, thank you. Elizabeth, thank you. Linda, thank you. And anyone else I can't see, I appreciate you taking your time to watch this. Again, you agree with me or not agree with me, but either way, I feel this was a successful conversation. Namaste.